There is no easier way to pass your CPCs than go into my home channel, picking a membership. I'll send you the scenarios, the questions, the answers, all the Kahoots so you can practice in your own time, on your mobile phone or on your laptop. I'm Leon Clifton, this is ADR Training. CPC truck scenario 1, test 1. This is Gavin. Gavin the Lettuce. Gavin's daily rest period. So it's not even specific to the story, but we're just using the story to raise questions. This will be question 1. What's the daily rest period?
11 hours.
Yeah. Good. Whoever said 9, you need to go back and remember I put that rests and breaks into the WhatsApp group?
Yeah.
Be very, very familiar with that. Not just for your exams, not just for this course, but that is the kind of information you need to know. How much of a gap should you leave from the vehicle in front if it's raining? What is the speed limit for a truck driver on a motorway?
Oh shit, hit the wrong button.
Okay, I'll just edit that out later. What is the speed limit for a truck driver on a motorway? Oh, it's 90, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, 90
kilometers an hour. Now, you're not going to get a trick question. I'm trying to trip you up, right? Miles per hour, kilometers per hour. I'm just trying to trip you up to make it a bit more fun and to jam it in your brain. But when you actually do the exam, they're not going to do that to you. Do you know what I mean? It'd probably be like 80, 60, and 120. The answer would be obvious to you. But why should I make your life easy? What's the average working week over a 17-week period? When they split the year up, what's your average working week? You can work a maximum of 60 hours in a week, we know that. But what's your average working week? Pat, if you said 56, I'm going to kill you. Ah, well done, team. 100% correct. All right. How might you calculate your safe distance from the car in front of you? Four-second rule is for the rain when it's wet. What type of route was Gavin driving? He was delivered to Cork. Do you think you're in a different country down there in Cork, do you? which two of you think that you live in the independent republic state of Cork? So I'm just surprised only 2 of you think you're an independent country. How many times can a truck driver reduce his daily resting hours? Rory ran riot driving drunk. R, 3 rest, D, 2 driving. Or reduce your regular rest. R, reduce your regular rest. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's not
like
get
I'll get Diane those in my head.
That'd do for the driving. What is the reduced week? I'd say you often have in your head anyway. What is the reduced weekly rest period? Nine hours. What is the reduced weekly rest period? You need to read the questions, okay? What is the maximum distance you can park from the curb? Don't think I told you this. It's centimetres. Remember the UK put the triangle behind their vehicle, but it's in centimetres, not metres. Yes, well done. 45 centimetres from the curb, and the UK put the warning triangle 45 metres behind the vehicle. What is the maximum you can work on a day shift? $15 hours on a day shift, lads. Maximum of 10 hours on a night shift. I don't know why you answered that one, to be quite honest. Maximum hours Gavin can drive in one day. 4.5, 45-minute break, 4.5, and then if you want to extend your driving, 45-minute break, 1 hour, yeah? So the most you can drive in a day is 10 hours, lads. Read the question. It's not what's your average working, blah, blah, blah. What is the maximum hours you can drive in a day? What is the minimum recommended time for a walk around? The RSA recommend what? $15 on the day. What's the minimum reduced daily rest? What's your shortest daily rest?
9 hours.
9. 9 away from 24, because there's 24 hours in a day, is 15, isn't it? So 15 is the most hours you can work during the day. And 10 hours at night, on the night shift. The night shift for truck workers is 12 till 4. How do you correctly load a truck? Lovely. Tight to the bulkhead, otherwise stuff goes sliding forwards and collapses, yeah? Evenly, because you want to spread the weight. No gaps, because that's when the pallets collapse into the one in front. And you don't overload the individual axles, i.e. you pick up a 10-ton piece of marble, you're not going to have that tight to the bulkhead, because in that case you would overload the front axle, yeah? So it's tight to the bulkhead evenly, no spaces, but you don't overload the individual axles. So in that case, you put that weight in the middle of the truck, you spread the weight between the axles and securely. So it's tight to the bulkhead, no gaps, evenly, heavy stuff on the bottom or whatever, securely, and don't overload the individual axles or the GVW. A solid white line means what? Okay, these two have got stopped drinking or smoking, whatever they're smoking before class. What is the force working on an object to make it continue on its present course? We discussed the forces yesterday, remember? What's the Gavin's maximum driving hours in a fortnight? Okay, guys, that's a basic question. You need to know that, right? I don't want to see you getting these questions wrong, because that's just like the low fruit. They're the easy marks you don't even need to think about. 56 hours driving in a week, 90 in a 2-week period, or a fortnight. Fortnight means 2 weeks. I know English isn't first language of some of the people in this class. Fortnight means 2 weeks. When can you cross a broken white line? How long can Gavin drive before taking a break? What is the force that pulls you sideways? Gravity holds you on the ground, doesn't it? It doesn't pull you sideways. Vehicle. Anything you bring onto the vehicle is the load and your fuel. When should you drive without a valid CVRT? What is the force that keeps the vehicle moving? Inertia is a resistance. I suppose in a way you're kind of right, yeah, because it's a resistance to change its current state. So if it's moving, it's a resistance to stopping. But no, momentum is what keeps you moving on your current path. Who is responsible for the load of the truck?
Can't remember the story.
The doors are definite, but there was no mention of hubcaps, was there? And hubcaps are not part of your walk around, are they?
No.
We'll get into that in more detail later. Loads and tyre pressure. Well, you would look at tyres and load. That's not bad. There's no mention of tyre pressure, was there?
No. Can't remember that.
Okay. But you're not going to get that specific question anyway. What should you plan for on a long route? Can you plan for cyclists and lollipop person? School warden. See, it's lollipop person, so it's not sexist or misogynistic. Animal crossings. I don't know how you plan for an animal crossing. Traffic, yeah. Fuel, yeah. Ferries, definitely, if you need them. Pedestrians. Can you plan for pedestrians and roundabouts? How would you know where the checkpoint is? I suppose there is a page on the Garda thing, isn't there? Why would you plan for roundabouts? What's upsetting you so much about roundabouts? And how can you possibly plan for pedestrians?
Hey, Leon, I got an answer to the roundabout one.
To what?
The roundabout, you know, the Swindon one, the spider one.
Okay. We're just going to finish this and we get back to that in a second, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because we're just recording this one. When does a night shift start for truck drivers? Again, this is something you need to know through all of your career. 12 till 4. What is the regular weekly rest period? This is another question I consider to be basic. Your regular weekly rest period. Can Gavin take his daily rest in his vehicle? What is the correct procedure when turning? Check vehicle's cameras, mirrors signal, mirror signal overtake, mirror signal mirror maneuver. Actually, none of them are correct because I think, what have I forgotten there? What have I forgotten there? Mirror signal mirror. What?
Indicate.
Blind spot.
Blind
Blind spot. Can Gavin take his weekly rest in his vehicle? Once a month, a reduced 24-hour rest if the truck has a sleeping facilities. No, if in a different country. What is Gavin's weekly rest period? If you got that wrong, or you got it wrong again, write it down. The act of writing it down will make it stick in your mind. Because you're using your brain, your eyes, your muscles, and then you're feeding it back through your eyes into your brain. If you're having trouble learning something, don't just keep trying to memorize it the same way. Physically write it down. How many digital tachograph printer rolls does a driver need to have in the cab? Okay. R28, that makes no sense. So talk about printer rolls.
There's no printer rolls on the digital, is there?
On the digital, of course there is, yeah. A box, that doesn't make sense. One doesn't make sense. See, the common misconception is you must have 3 rolls in the cab, and that's fine. 3 rolls is fine, but that's like an old wives' tale. All you legally need is enough to produce a printout inspection if you're asked to do so by a Garda, a roadside inspection, and for the journey ahead. Like 1 roll lasts you months and months, yeah. But if you want to keep 3 rolls in the cab, I think that's a good habit to have.
Yeah.
When should you insert the tachograph card into the vehicle? What is the speed limit for a truck driver on a national road? What is Gavin's maximum driving hours in a week? We had this question earlier in this quiz. Most you can drive in a week. Good. Hours you can work. Not drive, that's drive, that would be the correct answer, only not to this question. Work 60 hours. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. And like and subscribing to my channel helps other people like you find them. I'm Leon Clifton.